Hello and good day. We are Group 7 and today we are presenting the AID project or the Access in Disaster project. First of all, let me introduce to you to our team. There is of course me, Kit Canlas, Christian Aaron Ang, Luis Mariano, and Aaron Panganiban. All of us are 3 IND students. For the project overview, these are the topics that we're gonna talk about later. The AID project, its abstract, inspirations, marker renderings, and digital renderings. So the AID project aims to create innovative design shelters and furniture for displaced people who were affected by the calamities. So due to its geography, the Philippines is often hit with natural disasters such as earthquakes, typhoons, and floods. And that makes Philippines one of the most natural hazard-prone countries in the world according to World Bank. What we considered in this project. So for the materials, we considered it to be weatherproof, long-lasting, and be readily available. For the cost, we minimized it for mass production. And for the STAT, which is the shortest turnaround time, we want it to be built as quick as possible, even with the littlest experience. For the design, we want it to be simple yet functional. For the system objectives, the AID project is categorized into two, temporary shelter and furniture system. I will now be joined by Luis Mariano in explaining the process in these categories.
Ideation sketches. This is the stage where we explore different ideas with different materials and inspirations for ideas in designing the temporary shelter and furnishing system. Here are the examples and concepts of the designs. The first concept is a simple mechanism from the director's chair, but we considered the availability and access of the materials, and it can take too much time to understand and build the pieces since mechanisms usually have screws indicated in their respective frames. We also opted to use the concept of 3-in-1 furnishing system, just like this one, but we considered the materials that will be used and the screws. After many concept ideas, we decided to design and gather inspiration from the IKEA furniture concept, where the pieces of a furniture are easily assembled. It is a DIY concept, where the user can easily build the respective chair, table, and bed without needing adhesives or screws. The ideation sketches of the temporary shelter will be discussed by Kit Canlas.
So for the temporary shelter, we focused on concepts regarding assembly. In here, we utilized the roof and the base to hold the walls in place. In this one, we got inspiration from an exploding box packaging design. In here, we used the railing system, which is this one and this one, of sliding doors to build the shelter one panel at a time. Eventually, we finalized on this concept wherein we combined the channel and the rail system to create a highly modular shelter.
So after the ideation stage, we chose the final designs of both temporary shelter and furnishing system, and created the marker renderings to present them visually and explain the final designs thoroughly. So our overall furnishing system are designed to easily construct and build. They are lightweight yet sturdy. Compact yet it creates an impact that would help the people calm down and be comfortable. The material used in our furnishing systems is Hardiflex, which is also used in our temporary shelter. So this is our final chair design made by Aaron Panganiban. This is our final table design made by Aaron Panganiban also. And this is the bed design made by yours truly. So let me explain our chosen material. Hardiflex is made from high-grade cellulose fiber, cement, water, sand, and formulated additives. We opted to use Hardiflex because it is durable and requires minimal maintenance, for it is cost-effective and environment-friendly. The said material is also weather-resistant, suitable for unpredictable weather in our country. We designed the most basic necessities such as table, chair, and bed. We also made sure that the furnishing systems include secured storage for their belongings. This space right here is made for storage for the things that a user can put on. The storage in the chair is located underneath this board where they can securely keep their private things. This board also provides storage from the top part. We also indicated a simple manual for easy construction of the furnishing system. There are no included screws or adhesive. Even though the user does not have a construction background, he or she can easily build the furnishing systems. This is our manual, and as you can see, there are step-by-step process in building our furnishing system. Kit Canlas will further discuss their temporary shelter.
The temporary shelter marker rendering. So for the shelter, we opted to a rectilinear form for strength, practical, and cost reasons. We based it on the form follows function theory wherein the function is prioritized. Here we can see the isometric view, here the back view, and here the partial exploded view. The shelter uses tubing which connects the base to one another. A deepened rail system is present wherein the walls will slide in place. Essentially, all parts can be arranged to fit the needs of the user, and all parts are standard for easy maintenance. The materials used here are Hardiflex painted with the water-based finish. So the Hardiflex is the one used as the boards here and here. It's painted dark gray on the bottom and light gray on the top to avoid dirt forming. It also uses aluminum frames, which is the one present here. It acts as a support to the panels. These are the PVC vents. It has a layer of netting in the back, which is used for mosquitoes and other insects. Acrylic glass, which is present on the sunroof and the windows. Steel tubes, which is present for the support. And the base plates, which is the footing of the shelter.
Digital renderings. This is the final stage where the final design is digitally rendered, both temporary shelter system and furniture system. So all our furnishing system are rendered through AutoCAD. And this is the rendered bed. So as you can see, these are the panels that make the bed sturdy and durable. It can also become a long bench whenever the user wanted to sit. And this is the storage part where the user can put the private things he or she owns. This is the exploded view of the bed where you can see how the panels slide through the panels. It depicts how panels will be arranged. This is the chair made by Aaron Panganiban, and this is its exploded view. The space right here provides the storage for the user. This is the table design made by Aaron Panganiban, and this is the exploded view where panels are also perfectly fit each other to make the table durable. The temporary shelter will be further discussed by Kit Canlas.
So for the shelter, you can see here the exploded view. Here you can see the types of panels present: the door panel, the blank panel, the vent panel, and the window panel. So in the front, there are 3 slots which is meant for the door and any of these panels. And for the sides, there are 6 slots which is meant any of these panels. All this can be arranged in any order to fit the need of the user. Moreover, on this side, we can see the individual pieces of the roof and the base. We can see here the 4 connectors, and here is the sunroof. The sunroof is to give extra lighting inside and use less electricity in the afternoons. So here we can see the complete channel. When built, it will lock the panels in place. So here we can see the rendered final temporary shelter. This is rendered by Christian Aaron Ang. So here is the front view. This is where the door, the window, and the vent is placed. On the sides, you can see that there are 2 windows present and vents on the end. And here we can see the panels. The bottom part, we can see that it is raised. This is to avoid flooding. Next is the interior of the shelter. Here we can see the sunroof. On the back present is the door and 2 vents. So here is the interior with the proper lighting and furniture. So all this would fit a family of 5 and more. Here is another view of the back. And here is the top view. So here is the final render. Lastly, we will present the day and night tour of the shelter. Thank you and God bless.